Family, we've got ourselves a problem, and no, I'm not talking about my drinking addiction. That's a story for another video, and plus, this is just water. Please drink responsibly, just wanna make that clear, right? No, family, the problem is with the synopsis of the 100 Girlfriends Who Really Love You manga series. Now, Seven Seas Entertainment is a company of which, and I quote from their website's description of them, is an award-winning publisher that specializes in bringing the best of Japanese manga and light novels to English language audiences, as well as producing original comics, graphic novels, and the youth literature. Now, they also happen to be responsible for publishing the English translated version, right, of the 100 Girlfriends Who Really Love You manga series. Now, the problem, family, is how this company wrote the synopsis of the manga, right? So let's take a look at it together, shall we? Aijo Rentaro has asked 100 girls out and struck out every time. In desperation, he prays for guidance, only to be told by a god that his rejections were due to a cosmic mishap. Now, this god will set things right by making sure Aijo gets 100 dates, except as things often go with gods, there's a catch. Each one of his 100 dates is Aijo's destined soulmate. Worse, if he doesn't return their feelings, they'll all die in horrible and hilarious accidents. Now, this is a problem mainly because of how new readers or new audiences who haven't heard of this manga before, right, may misinterpret what this story is actually about. Hell, if they even take a look at the title alone, right, the 100 Girlfriends Who Really Love You manga series, they might see it as another one of those generic, over-the-top, harem, ecchi, slice-of-life, romance, generic, stories. In my opinion, with this manga and the way that Seven Seas Entertainment has, created and crafted the synopsis for the story, I find it to be there's a bit things that could be fixed, right? Of which I'll go over them right now. So to start with, the first few sentences, or the first two sentences I should say, is quite okay in my opinion, right? The way that it's being phrased is good, Aijo Rentaro has asked 100 girls out and struck out every time, or he got rejected each time, right? And in desperation, he prays for guidance, only to be told by a god that suddenly appeared that his rejections were due to a cosmic mishap, right? Now that's fine, but I think it's better if they should specify that the cosmic mishap was caused by the god himself, right? Now from here on out, it gets kind of weird. This statement, for example, and I quote, "Now this god will set things right by making sure Aijo gets 100 dates." First of all, family, moving forward through the synopsis, they should have used Rentaro, right, which is his first name, rather than his family name first. Although I don't really mind that, but the thing is, right, of course, in Japanese, name addressing, usually it's the family name first, right, followed by the first name. And in the translation, when Seven Seas translated or made the synopsis, they followed that format, right, where they addressed they've used Rentaro's family name first and then followed by his first name. But with that, there is no comma to know or identify, right, which is his first name or last name. So people might think that Aijo is really his first name, when in fact that's his family name. Rentaro is his first name, so they should have gone with that. And secondly, the god didn't quote-unquote make sure that Rentaro gets 100 dates, because the god's accident, the cosmic mishap, was that Rentaro will have 100 soulmates, or 100 dates as it likes to call it, right? And the word dates, for that matter, right, it seems a bit too temporary, so to speak, right, for lack of a better term. It's like saying the god's like saying to Rentaro, hey, I'm sorry that you got rejected 100 times, so here's 100 dates for you to try out and see which one of them is right for you, or something like that. It seems really weird the way that the way that it tries to present itself, I think soulmates, just saying soulmates directly is much better, right? Or partner, so to speak, right? Now, this part right here as well, and I quote, "As things often go with gods, there's a catch. Each one of his 100 dates is Aijo's destined soulmate." Now, in my opinion, the word, the catch, right, should not necessarily be that the dates are his soulmates, right? That's more of a surprise, right? The real catch, family, is this whole consequences, right? The whole dramatic and the more important detail to this whole situation, the whole scenario, right? Which is that if he fails to be together with one of his soulmates, right? One of his 100 soulmates, or any of his 100 soulmates, that soulmate who failed to get together or to be together with Rentaro will unfortunately die, right? And This last part of the synopsis is where things really went downhill, right? It's the fact that they've added, right, and hilarious accidents. They'll die in horrible and hilarious accidents. Yeah, this comes across as very weird to add hilarious, A horrible accident, that's fine, right? But hilarious? The only thing hilarious about this manga is all the comedic elements within it, not horrible accidents. Now here's my own little revision to that of the synopsis. Aijo Rentaro has confessed to 100 girls but has been rejected every single time. In desperation, he prays for guidance at a matchmaking shrine where a god appears before him and reveals that his rejections are due to a cosmic mishap. The god explains that Rentaro is destined to meet 100 girls who are his soulmates in high school. However, if he fails to be in a relationship with any one of them, she will meet a horrible end. Dead or love, and it is up to Rentaro to decide. Alright, listen here, fam. It's within our human nature, right, to have differences, preferences, and different tastes in the many things that we enjoy here in life, right? In the case of anime, for instance, there are some anime titles out there, genres, for instance, that they love, but other people may or may not like it as well. And that is totally fine, it's totally acceptable because, again, all of us have different preferences. We enjoy different things, and that's what makes us unique. It's all about that love and acceptance of which we can, achieve that sort of peace and harmony. But a synopsis family is there to, first and foremost, describe and sort of explain the story's concept and give the readers or audiences an idea on what to expect. And secondly, it's also there to hook them, to get them more interested into watching that sort of work. If the synopsis is weak in telling the entire essence of the story, then readers may just pass by it and possibly, miss out on something that could have been one of their favorites, right? Who knows? And that as well is no hilarious accident. And so yeah, that's all I want to share for today, family. Thank you for listening.